Hi guys, it's Alston. Today we are going to take a look into another SaaS called RetargetKit. Adding CTA, call to action, on any links you share. For example, you don't need to necessarily own this particular website. You don't necessarily have to own this web page. You don't need backend control, something like that. Let's say, for example, you found a interesting resources and you want to share it to your potential audience, but rather than just delivering traffic to someone else, I should want to have a small call to action or some kind of a form where I want to say that if you want more stuff like this, please subscribe to my newsletter, get leads into your niche and everything. In that case, what you can do is you can create something like a call to action like this. You can control when it should appear with the delay or on exit intent. You can control all the looks and feels of it. You can change entire thing with the design, color, elements. You can embed a form here, or you can embed you can make it as a button, or you can make it as a link example to create this call to action. So this is another feature, is you can pretty much embed anything on any web pages. For example, this is a BBC web page. You can see I have created shortened links and I've shared with your audience. Let's say, for example, in this case, we saw that how we can enable a call to action to get leads. In this case, we can pretty much embed anything. For example, analytics, survey forms, collection forms, banners, pop-ups, newsletter integration, or anything like that. In this case, what I have done was I have integrated my Zigpoll survey platform to collect feedback. If you just go into BBC, you won't see this widget. This is because I have embedded and created a custom widget. You can include anything, support, chat widget, anything. Basically, it's a custom HTML widget where you can include any codes and it will automatically show you that data. So before you move into anything, the first thing you need to do is you need to go here and go into the workspace settings, and there are a couple of things which you need to set it up. For example, this is pretty explanatory where I give a workspace. Let's say, for example, you have purchased a plan where you can create multiple workspace, then you can create multiple workspace, but you don't need to worry about it. You can also add a profile photo here. If you can purchase plans as a team members option, you can invite them here. These are the fields which we are interested. First of all, we can create multiple brands according to your limits and everything. And in order to add a brand, you need to come here, add a brand, give a thumbnail image, give a brand name, and give a brand URL. For example, you can see I have created several different brands which I'm using. I can update these brands anytime I want. And the social app, why you need it? Essentially, if you are going to create short links based out of their default link, which is rjkit.co/some numbers, then you don't need to use social app. You don't need to create custom social app because they have automatically configured all these things for their URLs. But for, let's say, example, you want to create any short links. In this example, for example, let me show you. In this case, for example, any short links, you can see these links are created with RGKit, everything. Let's say, for example, you want your own shortened link to be inserted. You want to be your own shortened link, especially for social sign up. Then this is not affect for other thing, only for social sign up. Sorry about it. Instead of using the default, you want to use that. Then what you need to do is you need to create a custom social app. This is free. There is no cost involved in it. You just need to here and click on whichever the platform. They have created detailed in-depth guide for each and every one of this. You can click on it. You will see all the detailed information on how to create. Everything is listed here. Just follow that and you can create it. If you don't want to use custom domain names, just use the general link is fine for you. Then you don't need to add any social apps or anything like that. Custom widget, this is what I told you for this particular feature where you can pretty much embed anything. So if you want to embed something, then create a custom widget, give a name, give the HTML content, give a CSS, JavaScript if you need, and if you need a model, instead of just using the script rather than show it on model, you can do that. If it's a delay model, we can set it up that as well in custom widgets. Custom domain is another separate tab where I will be showing you how you can use custom domains to be added into your platform. For example, you don't want to use RGKit and everything, then what you can do is you can come here, add a custom domain, and you can work from here. Adding the custom domain is also either you can use a root domain like this, or you can use a shortened link like this. You can give a here and make sure you can give a root redirect URL. What that means is that, for example, let's say this is our custom domain. What page do we want the system to redirect? Let's say, for example, if they directly went to this particular URL, then what page should I want to redirect that particular page URL? We can specify. For example, you can see for that custom domain I have integrated with my custom personal website, so we can do that. For example, if I go inside, you can see this, and I can also specify a custom 404 redirect error URL and everything. They have shown you how you can add a custom domain or subdomain to the account from here, or they are very responsive. You can take my word on it. You can test it out for yourself. You just ask them and immediately they will come back and answer all the questions. They are really helpful in the support. Retargeting pixel is there where you can embed retargeting pixels for, like, this is especially useful for PPC or social media ads, where you can integrate this pixel in one of these advertising platforms. So when they click, our audience click on some link, it will automatically embed this cookie also into the ad, so we can later retarget them using different advertisements specifically for them. So that is possible. You can add all the possible. Currently it supports Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Quora, Pinterest, Google Analytics, Tag Manager, and you can also see they have provided guides for each one of them to see where we can find the ID and everything. All the details are shown here. Now content call to action. Now let me show you how to create call to action things like this using RetargetKit. Go into new campaign, choose a brand. Sorry, I picked the wrong brand. Go into Alston link, choose whatever that brand you want. Here choose the call to action. You can see automatically it shows you the preview. When I need to give a name, video call to action. And if you want to include custom domains for all the links inside this, you can do that. I'm not going to do that now. You can add retargeting pixels, and here's where the fun begins, where either you can give a button and make them to redirect somewhere, or give a subscriber form, landing page, or anything like that, or you can give a link, HTML link, or you can directly include a form itself here. This form is the bit complicated one, so I'll show you that as an example. You can see we can control the title. For example, video demo. Let's go with that. Video demo. This is easy to understand. Just categorize it demo, and there is all the option to bold, italic, underline, strikeout, bullet, unordered list, adding hyperlinks, adding an image inside the call to action, all these things. For example, if you want to add a video or something like that, let me see, I need to give a video URL. Let me go and try to grab this video URL, and let me say in this case I'm going to use this and take a video and click on save, and you can see automatically that video was embedded into that. So that is possible. We can embed emojis and everything from here. You can see all the emojis are, unless it loads for me. Okay, it loads, and we can add the emojis on all these colors, the title, description, all these things. It's basically a WYSIWYG editor inside this platform. You can change the subscribe text also if you want. For example, join us or something like that, and do that, and enable name field. Currently it only enables the email address. Let's say, for example, you want to add the name field also, you can edit that. This is the brand which is currently showing. In case you don't want the brand name, just click on yes. Now the brand is gone. I think now it looks much better without the brand. You can also assign the position, whether you want in the left side or the right side. If I click on right side, it will show that side. Pop-up sound. When that pop-up appears, do we want to do a sound like ting, something like that. And if you want to do that, something like that, or you can select no to disable that. And also if you want to enable a pop-up after a certain delay like 5 seconds, you can do that. You can change whatever the number you want or make it 0. Or if you want this pop-up not to show when they come to that web pages, instead only show when they are going away to exit the page by, let's say for example, if this is the pop-up, not to show when it's appearing, but when they go to close it out to show, then we can enable the exit intent. In this case I'm not going to do that. There is an optionality. Now let me click on save campaign. Now you can see that blueprint has been created. Now I can create much links as I want using this particular call to action. Let me go here. Let me pick up this link. You can see I'm refreshing this page. There is no call to action, nothing like that in my original website. You can see now it has passed at least 5 seconds. There is nothing shown here. Now let me create that URL as a call to action, and I'll show you how that call to action will work. You don't need any access to this website in order to create the call to action. Let me click on save. I have created a link. Let me go into that link. Now if you use custom domain and custom flag, it will look much more nicer. Since I'm not using any of this looks kind of, you can see as soon as I go there, since I set up the delay as 4 seconds, it's showing that particular example after 4 seconds. So this is possibility. They can join from here. For example, let me do some test and mail.com and join. You can see thanks for subscribing. If I go here and go into the lead section, I should see that particular lead here. You can see that it automatically gathered. It shows what is the data and all this thing. That is how you create call to action with RetargetKit. Is currently remain is the custom widget code. This is pretty easy. First step in order to use this is go into your workspace setting as I showed you previously, and go into custom widget and create a custom widget. You give a name, give whatever the code here, give custom CSS if you have JavaScript, model if you need model, description, everything. You can see I have created a custom widget called survey collect and given a custom HTML which is provided by Zigpole, which is a survey and feedback platform, and using CSS, JavaScript and everything. You can choose whatever the thing you want. Once you have done that, go into the campaign and go into the brand you want to work with and create a new campaign. Alston link, select custom widget. Now give a name, video custom widget, and click on next. And you can give the custom domain if you want and choose the retargeting pixels if you want, and click on next and select custom widget. And in this case I said I created a survey collect. If you created something you can do, or you can create a new from here and insert that. In this case I'm just going to do this, and you can see now I have created it. Now now let me go into a web page which I don't specifically own, something like BBC. You can see I'm going into BBC. I'm loading the BBC, and you can see there is no apart from here there is no sidebar thing which is loading from Zigpole, because they don't use Zigpole or anything like that to collect survey. I'm going to create a new short link with that. I'm not going to edit this function. You can do if you want, and just copy pasting that. Now I'm opening the same BBC home page. Now as soon as it loaded, it should load the widget which I custom. You can see this is a feedback widget which I created. So whatever the widget you create, once you added the custom HTML, it will automatically show in that particular page. That is all the features. You can enable it in your personal website or any social link you share and everything. All these functionalities also support bulk imports.